a couple questions before you start?
Sure.
Where do you live?
Phoenix, Arizona.
What do you like about there?
Nothing.
Do you know what
Just
your...
kidding. I like winters, I guess.
Okay, Tiana, can you tell me what your ethnic background is?
Black and white.
What's your mom?
Half black, half white.
How about your dad?
Black.
Do you know what kind of black he is? Where he comes from?
No. Yeah.
He's originally from Mississippi?
Yeah.
Okay, so you being 20 and in Phoenix, have you ever been affected by racism?
No, not really. Not like racism.
Can you give an example?
I guess like when I started going to school, like black girls would make fun of me for the way that I talked and stuff. But that's about it.
How did they make fun of you?
Just the way that I talked and how I dressed, or I guess I didn't speak like ghetto, I guess.
What's a ghetto girl talk like?
I don't know.
So how do you see yourself?
I don't know. I kind of blend in with everybody, I guess.
So if you could teach somebody in a younger generation, let's say 10, 12 years old, and if you could give them advice of how to affect themselves growing up now, what would be the advice you want to give them?
What do you mean by racial?
Correct.
Just kind of go with what you like, and eventually people will accept you for who you are, and what you do, and what you like. Not very inspiring, but
Actually, it is.
It is very inspiring.
Well, that's the advice my mom gave me, so yeah. Fair enough.
Okay, whenever you're ready.
okay. So weird. Okay, it's called the N-word. The miseducation of Lauryn Hill. Every ghetto, every city. 9 years old, sitting in my living room, singing at the top of my lungs. The untouchable PSP, for all them crazy niggas be. My mother's mouth dropped. And I could see a certain pain that filled the back of her eyes, and I was too young to understand why, so I asked her, Mom, what does nigga mean? In the matter of 5 syllables, I had taken her back to a place where she was not black, no white enough. I had taken her back to a place where she had told her father that the white girl down the street had called her a nigga, and he made her go and beat her until her face bled. I had taken her back to a place where she was not accepted. A white mother, a black father. Mom, what does nigga mean? At the age of 9, I didn't know what it meant, and I thought it was cool because Lauryn Hill said it, but when my mother asked me, had anyone called me a nigga, I said, no. But I knew something was wrong. I knew somehow I was different, because the black girls at school always made fun of the way that I talked and the way that I dressed, and no, I had never been called a nigga, but it hurt nonetheless, and yes, my hair hung a little bit longer than theirs, and yes, my skin was just a little bit lighter than theirs, and no, I had never been called a nigga, but their stares cut me deeper than any word ever could. 6th grade, walking through a mall, a woman shouted, there goes a little suburban girl, and I went home and I cried, and I asked my mother, why would she say these things about me, and she replied, because we grew up differently, but it hurt me. Because I just wanted to relate to the people that I loved so much. Wanted to relate to the people that looked so much like me, but they didn't like me because of the way that I grew up. No, I never lived in the projects, and no, I never had to duck behind shattered windows, and no, I never had to hustle or be on the streets, but it felt as though they held these things against me, and I thought it was unfair. Because I couldn't even make friends because of the texture of my hair, but they didn't even care to understand the issues that I was going through internally. I heard it through elementary and middle. So once I hit high school, I changed up my entire being, started using slang words and recited rap lyrics in between class periods because I wanted them to know that I loved them, period. But I never told them that I liked to write it, that I would cry myself to sleep at night, knowing that the little girl inside of me was not just a nigga, and she was not just a nigga. And it had taken me years to accept the fact that I am not a nigga because my grandmother is white and one of the most beautiful women in my life. And growing up, I didn't understand why this wasn't right, so I would fight with myself to excuse the fact that I was not a nigga. Langston Hughes once wrote, my father died in a house and my mother in a shack. I wonder what I'll end up being, neither white, no black, not white, no black. And growing up, it was the same exact questions that I asked, but looking back, 9 years old, sitting in my living room, singing at the top of my lungs. Every ghetto, every city, and suburban place I've never wrote that poem down. Like, that was a poem that I think I was supposed to write, because it just came out like that. Like, I don't know, I literally took a day, I sat in the mirror and just went, I guess, I don't know.
So it just flows like that because you keep going with it too.
Yeah, it was like, it was just one of those